Evening, everybody. How we doing? It's Thursday again. Yes, it comes around so quick. And back to work this week. Busy one, but good. It has been good. Joining me tonight, everyone, is Gavin and Andy. Carl is doing his late shifts, or back to doing his late shifts. He's not on with us tonight. But so you just have to pair up with the three of us. Well. I've got no intro tonight of the game because that was just a car crash on Tuesday, sadly. After a promising start, that just didn't go well, did it, after the first goal went in? Evening, Gavin. How we doing, mate?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Long week. And I rushed back from rainy Southampton and fought the storm all the way home to be here just about on time. So I've done no prep and I've watched about 4 minutes of the press conference, so I'll have to go play catch up.
Yeah, you're fine. You were at the game on Tuesday, at least. So
I was for my sins. I went and had a lovely day in Costa del Luton, which was nice. Be right when it's finished. Stayed in their best hotel, the Premier Inn, City Centre. That was a beauty. And, came back on Wednesday morning. 4 hours, lovely. Well worth the trip. I'm glad I came. It's a shame the players didn't turn up, but
Well, they did until Sorinola and Harding decided that they didn't realise there was a player behind them, and because I thought we were actually all right until that point. Andy, you got to see that one as well, didn't you? How's your week been anyway?
It's been a good week. Yeah, apart from the Tuesday night, I went to my mate's house who was a Luton fan to watch the game. Mad. But it was, it is what it is. It was, we didn't turn up. It was 10 minutes and that was it. Been at the Tavistock today, took the car to MOT, got that done, went to Bob's East End Cafe today.
Oh, yes, recommended by Heather. Yeah.
Recommended by Heather, and cooked lovely cooked breakfast from our lovely other half as well. So thanks for that. Really appreciate that. But I'm okay, guys. Yeah, all good.
Good. I think I have got the highlights from Tuesday night, folks. Sorry to disappoint you. But old habits die hard. But Tegan Finn's goal, from the technique perspective, let alone it was fantastic to see him come on and then get that ball in the back of the net, is well worth watching back. We will have Heather on later. She is in the chat already to give us the women's update as well. And I do have the highlights from that, of which 2 cracking goals in that game as well. So, but there's lots of news. Well, I say lots of news. There's one big piece of news, of course, today, and that is Laurent Talai is going to be out for 4 weeks. So what we'll do is we'll get the Tuesday night game out of the way, including the highlights in a second. But it was around, I think, was it early afternoon that Talai told TC that he wasn't going to play? Yeah, and took it. It's not the same injury, but it's on the same leg from what you were saying. I'll read out the comment in a minute. And obviously that forced a change, which was unexpected. And then also Wiredu with a bit of an issue as well just before kickoff. So Ibrahim then coming off the bench.
That was random. So I was watching Wiredu warm up.
Yeah.
And when everyone's going through their own paces, he was like half-cocked, pretending to do the warm-up. And I said to my brother, is he really that knackered from Saturday that he can't even be bothered to warm up properly tonight? This is going to be a shit show. And then it kicked off, and I was like, why is number 23 playing? Where's Wiredu gone? Because obviously you don't get an announcement at the ground. They just come out and play. So you're like, huh? And then someone behind me went, oh, he's been swapped out. He didn't pass a fitness test. I was like, oh, that makes a big lot of sense. So he was completely crocked, and he didn't look in pain. But when you got like amateur sport, and like the guy who turns up who's hungover, who just goes, oh, I'll just go through the motions on the warm up, and hopefully I'll get through the game. That's how he warmed up in a professional sport, which was really weird.
That's normally me, mate. If I'm hungover,
It was just what I suppose, was it an omen before kickoff? But Gavin, we did start well. You'll see from the highlights, obviously, Amici had that first early shot. He has taken a bit of flack from me. Still think that's justified.
He's got to put that away. I was the other end of the ground, but he's got. I mean, is it a phenomenal save? Because I didn't see a replay.
No, we'll see.
He
I
got a
don't.
nick on it, I think.
Yeah,
It went for a corner. I thought that's got to be the save of the century because he's point blank. It's a bit like Caleb Watts against Cardiff on Saturday. It felt like
yes.
a bigger chance. And
Yeah.
if we take that, their heads drop. The crowd were already baying for
Wiltshire.
from Jack Wilshere. Even actually after they won, going down the tunnel, he got pelters. Jack Wilshere, get out of our club.
It's funny how, because at the end he was taking the plaudits and all that, and I was like, wow. I mean, no disrespect to Luton, because we've had obviously Matey on, and yes, I didn't bring him on Saturday and we went and lost. I know. As I said on the watch along with Harvey, but it was just like, wow, really? I mean, they were proper all over the place. Argyle were high pressing again. They couldn't get the ball out the back. They didn't know what to do. We had a couple of chances to get forward, and you thought, hang on, we're going to do all right here. And then just some really stupid defending. Also, to a degree, but I'm not going to blame him entirely because his two defenders let him down. Hazard should have done better keeping the ball out as well.
No.
Oh, do you not? Well, you were right behind him.
I was 8 yards behind him. He's had to go from pretty much one post to the other post and then full length dive. So, and he's 6'5", Mike, and with his hands spread out, he's probably 7 foot something. If he was in the middle of the goal, he'd have comfortably saved that ball. But he's gone from one post to the other, and he's got a hand on it, and it's just gone inside the post. So yes, if you're not watching him live, well, that was a bit of a mess. But he's gone from literally one end of the goal to the other and flung himself. So Hazard, who has had some stick off me over recent months, but I thought he was not in fault for either goal. Obviously, the penalty, if he had stood still, it would have whacked him in the face, but that is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that goal, you cannot blame him. He's literally gone across the whole length of the goal and still got a hand to it. So I think he did well to get there.
Yeah, it's probably fair, because he shouldn't have had to have expected to cover his far post, maybe, where the ball came in. But for me, it was just almost, I mean, Harding and Sorinola both looked at each other. Neither one of them had a go at each other, because I think they both realised they had a brain fart and went, well, and Jones was their most influential player probably throughout the whole game, causing problems down that right. So, yeah, look, it was frustrating, and it's a shame, really, because as we commentated on it, and you guys both would have seen, it felt like we had just gone back to old Argyle and suddenly just dropped our heads again, and their tails were up. They had a go, but we should have done better in that game.
I don't think it was mentality problem. I think it was an energy problem, because I can't remember us winning a second ball.
No.
All night. I can't remember us winning a 50-50 one-on-one tackle all night. I think I remember 3 patterns of play where we got it down, did triangles, went down the line. I thought, here we go, I want to start playing now. But it felt like they had 9 in midfield and we had 1.
Yeah. When I found out that Vertu wasn't playing and that Tolly wasn't playing, I thought, oh, my crumbs. Who's going to help Boateng in the middle? Because Boateng, if he's got either, Vertu or what's the other guy, the new guy around him, Mr. Unfit. Anyway, if he's around, if he's got someone creative around with him, they can venture forward. But Boateng didn't really venture far forward, I thought.
No, I think Boateng was knackered from Saturday. I think, I know, like, if my auntie had a dangly, she'd be my uncle, right?
Yeah.
But in hindsight, he should have just made 4 or 5 changes into that lineup with guys that were chomping at the bit to get in the team. Because Tegan Finn proved that. You come on with it, and Mackenzie, you come on with a bit of nous, and you want to prove a point about trying to get in this starting lineup, you make a difference.
And Peppel just looked isolated up front as well, didn't he? He had no one up there with him.
Yeah, and to be fair to Peppel, I thought he was probably one of the best players on the pitch, trying to just at least do something with the ball. What I'll do is I'm just going to read out a few comments from everybody. Then I will just show the highlights and we'll touch upon it a bit more before we move on. But when the coach is not suddenly getting found out about Talai, then finding out about Weiradu, it does sort of catch you off guard. And he wanted to go out and win it and see if we could sustain the momentum. Sorry, Gavin?
I said we need a priest into Harper's Park with some holy water to get rid of the evil spirits.
Yeah.
Try not to lean too far back, because that's what.
I'll bring my microphone this way. There you go, Mike.
That's right. I can turn you up a little bit. I've got some. Anyway, let's try and get some energy into tonight's show, folks. Right. So, I'm trying.
We're all lethargic,
So
we just didn't expect that, did we? I think we're just a bit lethargic.
Yeah, off the back of 3 back-to-back wins. Who we got? So Larry from Boston, Plymouth in Massachusetts. The snow. We've had Brian sending us photos of the snow over there. It is incredible. But they just deal with it, don't they? Of course. Michael Hawkes is in as well. They both say evening. The footy coach, evening. I've sent you a message about coming on the pod, as mentioned the other night. I then replied to you, and then you told me you emailed the show. Barely any emails come through to that account, so I shall check that now. Apologies for that, because I don't know where I missed that to. But send me a DM anyway, please, mate, because in case it's gotten missed, and I'll pick up with you. Oh, whose phone's going off?
That was mine. Sorry, I've just turned off.
That's right. GT's in as well. Common the Greens. He says, evening all. Stevie Vaughan as well. Peter Henwood. Good evening, lads. Another day of injuries. I think it could stop us finishing in the top 6, but the next 3 games should be winnable. Rotherham, Doncaster, Wigan, whatever side we put out. Matt Montgomery's in. He says evening. Also, Debbie Firth, evening to you, Debbie. Probably watching in a cozy, warm Block 9 hoodie. VW Coco says, good evening. Tolly out for 4 weeks with a sad emoji. Absolutely. Nicholas G as well, evening to you. Here else we got Spicy Wedges says, evening all. The wedges are pretty bland tonight after a 12-hour shift up the Argyle. I had a burger at the Jack Rabbit tonight. That was a bit bland as well. What else we got? Andrew T.
That's advertising there, Mike?
No, definitely not.
Other pubs are available.
Yeah. Better ones. Andrew T says highlights won't take long. Rambo's nose. I'll read out your comment in a minute that you put down. Where is it to? After Nikki joined us as well, saying hello. Gaza Brown High as well is in. Good to see you back in. We were awful, pathetic performance. Rambo's nose said, evening all. Tuesday night result was disappointing, but I got over it quickly. The real gut punch is the injury news. We've gone from being in a strong squad position to having 6 first-teamers out again. Matt Montgomery saying several players had a howler on Tuesday. Mitchell had arguably his worst game since joining us. Panic flying, hacking balls 3 or 4 times without any pressure. Let's just read a couple more out. Ben Bennett Flooring is in as well. Baz and the Cloud as well too. One of our members on the YouTube channel. Thanks for that, Baz. Hopefully Tuesday, a blip, and they are on it for Saturday. And what else we got here? Neil Harris is a new one. First time watching Forest versus Fenerbahce. Interesting. So we'll watch both. Yeah, appreciate that, Neil, coming in from Facebook. Thank you for that. So look, I tell you what, let me get to the goal highlights. Provided by the EFL YouTube channel this time. There is 2 minutes and 12 seconds. So don't panic at the moment. This is the Amici count.
Oh no, even worse.
Yeah. I didn't think the keeper touched it at the time, but yeah. Not good.
That's awful.
This is
I didn't realise it was that bad either.
Yep. Either one of those could have dealt with that. Harling or Taylor.
Let me just turn the volume down on the.
I like the way they're giving him shit.
So they haven't. Let me just go back to it because that's not the goal, but it is awful. Such a poor, and they were pitting a load of grass cutting balls across the box all game. There was probably 2 other chances in the second half where they cut across the 6-yard box. Just awful.
Well, that was Soronoda's man as well, and he just left him.
Well, in theory, it's Harding who's the left back, and he's the one that should have marked him.
Yeah, they were both at fault, really.
Yeah. Well, they didn't argue with each other because I think they both realised they had a howler there. In fairness, overall, Hazard did have a good game for the saves that he had to make.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't helped by the defence.
No.
This is the best press of the whole game.
Yeah.
Score. Tekka's there is phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah. So there's an element here, and I think I said it on the live, because when it went in, Harvey was talking about something, and I suddenly woke him up. If you haven't seen the short clip, it's on our socials. But I'm just going to go back to it, because obviously these highlights aren't doing the goals replay. So watch how he calmly looks at the goal, sees what's in front of him. He's got at least, I think, 2 defenders in his eye line, and then he's also got a defender to the left, and he side foots this, and he almost bends it round them all, so it goes right the way through him.
I was right behind the goal, level with the goalpost.
Yeah.
But also look at the 38 tracking back. I mean, he could have got that at 38.
Yeah. So I'll pause it so you can see player to his right in front of him now crossing over, player to the right who's trying to immediately obviously move to get the ball, and the keeper running back. And he doesn't. A lot of players, I reckon, would have just tried to smash this. He just places it, and I was going because I didn't think it was going to actually make it.
Great goal.
It's a brilliant finish. Brilliant finish. And he did add some spark to the game when he came on. And considering Sorinola had a howler in that game, and Amici is
another set of duels we've lost.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's from there. I didn't see that either. That's a stone wall, isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrendous. And he was caught on his heels. He should have just let him have a shot, because I don't think he would have scored.
Stand still, Connor. Oh, okay.
I think they're right. If Ross hadn't gone anywhere near him, he would have gone towards and tried a shot, and Hazard might have saved that.
Yeah, I don't think he would have scored because they couldn't hit the net.
Plaguey there. I was literally right in line with that. It's like if he was a bit taller, he'd have scored.
Yeah, it's that would have been an interesting end to the game. But yeah, I mean, let's read some of the comments. Andrew T saying most pros there go high, sign a class. The footy coach who is in with us joined us on the watch along on Tuesday and said about how he coached Tegan when I think he was 8 and he was playing for the year 9s or under 9s or whatever it was, or he was playing a age above. And he said you could just tell then he was class. And correct me if I'm wrong, coach, but Harvey asked a brilliant question to say, well, how do you look at a player like that age and go, they've got something about them? And he said it was an away game. I forget the fixture, but he said there was an away game. And I'm sure he said Finn was in the corner and had to get out of it and dribbled his way past 3 players, took it to the edge of the box and smashed it into the top corner of the net. And he said, there's just something different about these players when you see them. And that's why I've invited him on, and he's happy to come on. So we'll get that on, because it will be great to see that grassroots side as well. Obviously, we have Paul, who does our Tamerton under 15s that we sponsor. But it would be great to speak to someone that has then seen these youth players that have made it to pro level. Gaz Brownhigh says, talk of the playoffs is so far off the mark, it's laughable. It's not, though. In reality, it really isn't. But it does make me nervous. I'm glad we're not playing any tougher sides, because I think with these injuries it would be difficult. He goes on to say our season is about to peter out with a whimper and a huge disappointment, and it could well just stagnate. But I'd quite happily secure this position.
Sorry, mate, I just don't agree with that.
No, but
games coming up now,
Yeah, you don't go and win 2 games back to back, and then 3 games, with 2 of them being away,
and smash the league leaders as well.
Yeah, you're still within the shout. Nicholas G says, with Celtic interest in our players, do you think it is a distraction? No, Cleverly did address it today as well, just saying that they're focused on what they're doing. But it's great that they're getting interest. And if we can make a buck, then obviously we will. Steve Harley, new evening to you. He says, evening, boys. Lads looked off from the start. They looked pretty hungover from Cardiff. Well, that's where I disagree, because I felt the start we were all right until that stupid goal, to be honest. Ethan Prosser says, evening all, hope you're all good. Ruby and me, also known as Andy, says it didn't have the feel of a League One game, though, saving themselves for the league running maybe. Not Sorinola, man. Harding needed to take charge there. Yeah, agree, but they both could have done better. Ben Bennett says, we never want to lose, but we have and need to take it on the chin. We need to concentrate on the league. Playoffs, ? Green Army. But that's the point. I'm not going to do any player reviews tonight, because there isn't really much to talk about. So I haven't bothered
anyway.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
half a mind on the league, Mike. Right? I think Cleverly. Does he want another 2 games? Before.
Yeah, damn right he did. I've never seen him so pissed off after a game.
Yeah.
With his lead striker, who didn't put his hand in the air and say, I don't feel right, before they left Plymouth. Because for me, if he knew he was out, Aseni had to start on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because don't forget we had Baker, 2 goalkeepers, because cleverly said
Yeah.
he didn't want to drag another outfield player up unnecessarily. Yeah.
So Aseni
Brilliant.
would have started, fact, right? Which meant that they both would have got back playing time, fitness, even if he had played 60 minutes, fine. It would also, most importantly, allow Curtis to play on the wing where he's much, much more effectual.
Yeah.
Or effective, if I use the right word. Sorry,
Pete Beale's absolutely right. Pete Beale is saying give Finn a chance. Why not?
But
Why not?
no, Aseni's the next striker in line, right? He had to have travelled, and if one of the, even if he had said, "Look, I'm not feeling 100%, but we'll play it before the game," Aseni would have been on the bus.
Yeah.
Fact, right? He'd have
He's
started.
got to be the player that was clearly left behind, yeah?
Yeah, of course. If he won, they'd have changed the squad, and he'd have been in because he was there at 2:00 in the afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon. That's how pissed off I would have been if I was coach. Going, well, now you've just completely ruined our chances of winning the game, right? Because not because you're injured, but because we haven't got another striker in the squad with us. You can't expect a player to be jumped on in a car at 2:30 to get there for what would have been 5 to 7 in the kit straight on the pit. Never going to work. So that was the end of that, right?
Yeah.
So by not saying and in the air, I'm a bit stiff, a bit sore. This is a bit dodgy, and not have Aseni on the bus. Double jeopardy because Curtis then is not playing wide, which is his far better position. He's far more dangerous out there than he is centre. It was a congested game anyway. Played far too narrow, in my opinion, by us. We had no width, barely, and we were leggy, lethargic, and it felt like the mental urgency of winning the first ball, pressing, had completely gone. We looked like a team mid-October that couldn't buy a win.
Yeah. Yeah.
After
they marked Pepper at the game as well, didn't they? They actually marked him at the game, so he was ineffective. He was effective, but he was ineffective. If you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
So it was. I was when I found that out that he pulled out 2:30. I was properly pissy. Because your stuff then, it's not as if we're like an hour down the road. If it's Bristol, you say 2:00, Aseni, get in the car, bring your boots, right?
Yeah.
You'll be in the squad, and then you'll get some game time. But no, was Amici up front or on the wing? He was on the wing.
Yeah, there was a bit of what. How did you read the formation? Sorry, Andy. Gavin. How did you read the formation? Because Harvey and I weren't quite sure.
No, I thought it was 4-4-2. Amici one wing. Who was on the other? Sorinola on the other, and they played Curtis and Pepper up top.
Yeah,
that's the way I read it. Because that was a lot of the, and this is the problem: is when you don't have a striker who can also hold the ball up, it's just coming back. It's coming back, and every time we went up top, they only had one threat, Pepper, and they double marked him. Job done. Even when Longvite came on, it was easy.
So look, for me, obviously there's a bit of people feeling down a bit after that, and I get it because it's just been so many highs and lows. But I just want to remind everybody, that recently we went on a defeat at home and a defeat away. Then we went and got 2 away wins and a massive home win. It's not down and out yet, and Talai wasn't in all those games either. Definitely Pepper and Talai up front is a challenge for the defence. Definitely having Kane in midfield brings that experience as it did Rules. Kane is due back. I think it's Doncaster at home, which could be, a key timing. So there is that. I think we don't want to get too carried away that, we're going to now completely drop off. It will be a challenge, that's for sure. But it's a chance for now these other players that have felt like, whether it's Finn, who, in my opinion and ours, I think we'll all agree, took his chance on Tuesday night. It's a chance for those players and who are like, even Aseni, if he gets on the bench or even starts, it's a chance to go back and make your mark.
Yeah, I think unless you're playing Watts up top, it's got to be Aseni.
Yeah.
You cannot play Curtis, who's our best player, without Talai on the pitch. Most, as Steve's just said, biggest chance created in the whole of League One, best crosser of the ball, best free kick taker, done loads of really good stuff wide, and also when he's wide, he wins headers to get inside from goal kicks. You cannot play him up top; it's a waste. It's a complete waste. So it's either a false nine in Watts, or for me, you've got to play Esseni up top, and you've got to go with the formula of holding up and run off. Esseni's got some speed. He's probably as quick as Tulai. He isn't as strong as Peppel. Before Peppel got his chance, everyone was raving about Esseni, saying he'd scored 4 or 5 goals. And then all of a sudden, he's disappeared, and both the boys are back. And it seems like now he's the forgotten man, which I don't quite understand.
No, so I think there is, it's not dead and buried yet, that's for sure, and they are winnable games.
Yeah, we're not playing like Cardiff, Bolton, Lincoln, Bradford. We're playing Rotherham, Doncaster, Wigan. Next 3
struggling teams at the minute.
Yeah, so I think, and another player that you just mentioned there, Gavin Watts, when he came on, I remember quoting it. I said to Harv, I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "We were 10 minutes in this half. It's the first time I'm mentioning Watts. Touch the ball. It was just that, like, no one could just get on anything. Our pass accuracy, I think, was a ridiculously
40-30
at halftime. Sorry.
40%, 30%.
Yeah, it was really low.
They were fast to every ball as well. They seemed to be quicker off the mark than we were. We just looked lackluster.
So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to play Cleverly's post-match clip, as I always do, and then we're absolutely going to move on to Saturday. I'm going to bring Heather in now, so just so you know, Heather,
watch out,
because she is in the background in the lobby for later.
She lost her hair.
Evening.
Evening.
Right, let me just let's play Cleverly's disappointing.
Tom, a disappointing night. The Vertu Trophy Wembley Dream ends.
Yeah, got exactly what we deserved this evening. I don't think there's one player, staff member or supporter that would complain we were second best this evening. And the thing that really hurts, I can always accept our team being second best technically. I thought tonight we were second best at the basics, at the duels, at the will, and that's what really hurts this evening.
Does that come even more of a shock because that's not been the case for such a long stretch over the last few weeks and months?
Yeah, it's been our absolute underpinning success and our real source of domination, and then on top of that, when you dominate in those fundamentals, you grow confidence and you feel bigger and your chest sticks out, and then technically things click into place and you look a really good football team. Tonight we didn't have any baseline of fundamentals, and it's disappointing.
Yep, it is that. I even let the clip run on a bit longer for the replay, just so it would end properly.
Mike Hawks is absolutely right. You look at Mike Hawks' comment; it's absolutely spot on.
Yeah, it's Mike's fault for not getting Mozza on the. I'll never live that down, but I also don't give a shit. So
you could have got to Wembley, Mike.
Oh, I know. But speaking of crowds that are on the backs of their manager and having argy-bargies with him at the weekend and then clapping him off like they just won the biggest game in the league, at least they got the win, I suppose. Right, moving on. And I'd also just like to say it's good banter with some of the people on X who trying to pretend that I stream these shows with a dodgy Fire Stick. I fucking don't. So I pay my way. But it was good on Tuesday night. It was probably the hardest game I've had to try and commentate and feel motivated, try and be motivated on Tuesday. Even for Harvey, we were just both, this is a tough one. And thank you to Matthias Ross for ruining it for us after Finn got us back in the game. So we obviously move on to Saturday and Rotherham away. But before I get to that, because I want to make sure I remind you of this at the end as well tonight, I'm away in London. Carl's working the night shift. Andy's got stuff on as well early in the evening. So rather than try and make something of the show for you all on Saturday and it not actually come together, we're going to move it to Sunday. And we're going to move it probably to around 7 o'clock because obviously you've got the other boys that are on as well, and we'd never want to clash because there's no point for either of us. So we're going to probably look to go live Sunday for the post-match Rotherham reaction. It will allow me to at least try and watch the extended highlights and get some concept of it. But Andy, Carl and Gavin will have all at least seen the game live. But we'll bring that to you on Sunday at 7. So hopefully you can make it for that. Apologies for that. But it's better than just...
We want to bring the best quality.
Yeah, we don't want to just mash something together. So Right, let's get into these press conference notes. So, TC on Saturday's game, we have to take the confidence of the 3 league wins back to back, as well as a little bit of anger and determination from midweek. First and foremost, we should focus on ourselves, but there should be a little bit of a reaction and anger in our performance. Certainly was anger in his post-match. On the team news, he said, on to lie, it's not good news. It's more than just a dead leg. It's a small muscle tear. We will be without him for 4 weeks. Wiradou had an abdominal problem. We'll do more investigation on that one. We'll have an answer post-match Saturday, so he will definitely not be available for that game. For Galloway, we are looking at the Huddersfield game. Click to the next one. He goes on to say, on Rotherham, it's an opportunity for 3 points, no bigger or less than Cardiff was. We expect a fighting team, fighting for their lives. We have to be physically at it as we have been these last 3 league games. On Talai's injury, he was asked further and he said it's the same leg, completely different injury to the dead leg. We'll see if the two are linked, but it looks like a complete coincidence. Dale also suffered a nasty knock in training, should be okay for the weekend. We are hopeful. Amici is back gaining, and obviously clip that bit off. There. And then finally, it was Connor Hazard. He was up for the player representation. Overall, he said the team performance against Cardiff was most important. Going forward, we need to do that for the last 13 games. Only 13 left. We have to aim for the highest opportunity, the playoffs, the belief and the quality we have in the group. It's something we think we can do. He went on to say every club is the same with training. We start a bit earlier and then join up with the team when there's 30 to 40 minutes left in the session. Mike Stowell has been brilliant. He's done it at the highest level. He's always given me bits and pieces to work on. So that's what I'm looking to do at the moment. I have no idea what the question was that led to that answer.
It was, has he taught you anything new?
Fine. Thank you for that then. Nice and simple. He went on to say, it's been a roller coaster of a season. Everyone is now seeing what we're capable of. The belief, the confidence in the group, the manager's messages. Everyone knows our collective role and our individual roles. So, that's the press conference notes. Let me just read a few comments out quickly. Pratish Shahab, Gavin, obviously. I don't know what it's into. What's the time over there? Who rants better, Sam Down or Gavin? Is what Matt Montgomery said.
Sam is a master. I can't give you in the same league as him. He's the master ranter.
At the women's game on Wednesday. So Stockman had a chat. Ruby Me Andy says, let us fan base be honest. How many of us cared about this crap trophy competition to begin with? No one cares when you're out of it, but most people do really when you're in it. He said, now let's make the league playoffs, which is far more important. It does mean it's one less round of games to have more players get injured. We could look at it like that.
So we can look at it now.
But they're not generally getting injured on the pitch in a game. It's in training. What else have we got? Nikki says, who would you start, Finn or Oseni? I'll come back to that one in a second, Nikki. Finley's in as well. Evening, everybody. Terry Orford's in as well. Oseni won't do anything, but he did when he had that spell when Talai was suspended. Spicy Wedge is saying hello to Heather. Right, I do have, there was one more slide because Finn did put it up on his news hub. Just on the Peppel and Tolly transfer speculations. For as long as they have been Argyle players and they are playing with that badge on their chest, they are giving everything for this club, TC says. They love playing for this club. It's rightly so that they should be recognised for what they are doing. And at this level, your players will always be linked with clubs in higher leagues or in different European leagues. He went on to say they have both got good mentalities to have tunnel vision. They know their job. They have got high ambitions, both individually and collectively at this football club. And neither of them have got any appetite to leave the football club. If you don't follow, and you are on X, and he's also on TikTok, and he's got his own blog spot, etc., please give Finley's account a follow at PAFC News Hub. Oh, Voodoo's in. Evening to you, Voodoo. Sam's a master ranter, but who's the master debater?
It's funny because my wife often calls me a masturbator, but she doesn't put the "duh" in the front. I don't know whether that's a spelling mistake or a typo, or maybe it's a typo from Voodoo. And he put "duh" in. It should be "duh" space beta. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. So, Andy, I'll come to you on this one. Then Nikki's question. I think on that right-hand side, if you look at the options where there's been Amici, there's sort of been obviously Finn on Tuesday night. You've also got Sorinola a bit and pieces here and there. Who would you go for on that right-hand side?
Well, hands down, Finn. I'd have youngster in there. He's hungry. He's really hungry to get playing and prove himself at Argyle, and he's already doing that, for the under-17. So give him a shout. Why not?
Yeah,
the ability to do it. We can see the ability he's got to do it and to take on players and to nutmeg players and to score from outside the box. Let the kid do it.
If anybody had the anger and the fight in him on Tuesday night, it was Finn. I mean, Gavin, your thoughts, and also to Stevie Vaughan saying, do you think Argyle could play 4-3-3 with Ibrahim not quite fit at the moment?
I could see them playing 4-2-3-1 and having just Pepple up top, but then they're so committed, they're so all in on this 4-4-2, which I get. It only works though if you get the ball at the pitch early, someone holds it up, and someone makes a run.
Yeah,
right. Which is why I think you've got to play Sani. But that's just what the fuck do I know, right? There it is. I don't know. In terms of the other, what was the other question? Oh, Finn or Sani's got to be a Sani.
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely cast iron now. He's earned himself a place on the bench for the foreseeable, right?
Yeah.
He showed more balls at was he 17?
Yeah.
As a 17-year-old lad than a lot of those professionals
18,
on Tuesday night, right?
Yeah.
And was one of the glimpses of me wondering why I'd spent 4 hours driving up there, a ticket, a crap dinner in Wetherspoons. God, that was awful. And a lovely, beautiful 5-star Premier Inn room with a corner bath, actually, which me and my brother had a relaxing soak in ticket. No, we didn't. I'm joking. We're twin room. But if Ads doesn't watch, so he won't get that one. But Ethan's watching. He's probably texting me as we speak. But all that expense, all that time, all that effort. The only real highlight for me was two actually. One, Mackenzie came on with a bit of bite. Played 45 minutes. I thought he did pretty well. And the other is you've got a 17-year-old lad who's chomping at the proverbial, who scored 4 goals on Saturday to make the under-18s go from 0-2 to 6-2. And he showed more bite, more determination, more fight, more everything than 90% of those senior professionals on the pitch, which really irked me. So, well done, Tegan Finn. And that's not me trying to be anywhere near like.
He's gone.
Oh, where's he gone? Hang on, let me bring him back in.
Casting a spell on them, because I don't think he agreed.
That was everyone, wasn't it?
I thought that was me then.
I thought that was everyone. Oh, anyway, okay, it is what it is. I've had an IT guy on this week messing with my computer. That's probably what it is. No, it's everyone, because we've only just got back down to one.
That's all right. Go on, fire away, carry on.
So anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so to have him show more fight than all those pros put together was the only one of 2 reasons why I thought driving home on Wednesday morning early, actually that was worth me going to see him live. That was it. So he deserves a place on the bench 100% for the rest of the season. And if that's in lieu of Xavier Michu, who's on stupid money, so be it. Right, as far as I'm concerned, it's about output, not how much you get paid.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think to add to that, Gavin, if no idea what Argyle players are watching, but Amici try and prove us wrong, because at the end of the day, just not seeing it. And I don't have.
Well, the thing is, he came in against Cardiff and he played out with skin, Mike. Right?
Yeah.
So I joked on Saturday that the first time this season the kitman's had to put his shorts in the wash, because first time since August he's got them dirty. But, he made a great sliding tackle. He was on it. His press was high. He is full of energy. La, la. He looked like he'd never played the game of football on Tuesday night. So I have no idea what was going on. None. Right?
Yeah.
His passing accuracy was awful. His energy was low. He didn't make a tackle. He looked disinterested. I tell you what he looked like. This is going to sound really bad now. He looked like Morgan Whittaker with the Fockets.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right? And that's as low as a derogatory statement I can make about anyone who plays wide right for Argyle.
Yeah, and he's obviously been getting stick again, isn't he, Whitaker? But yeah, no, for me, I don't have any issues with anyone negotiates themselves with pay, because if you can negotiate that and you're not really showing how good you are for it, then fair play. But I think he's been given enough chances, and he just doesn't seem to. Don't float my boat, and clearly Nicky's comment clearly doesn't float others. And it's not to always have a personal attack, but I don't mind if we have a bad game, but people either leave the shirt out on the pitch and have done everything, or they've certainly made an effort in other games. You'll have a bad day, but for me, he shouldn't even be on the bench.
TC's comment, sorry, Mike. TC's comment was spot on. I can live with being technically subordinate. Is pretty much what he said, right? Look at me using big words. I've been at work today. Saying we're technically subordinate, but I can't for 1 second understand. Yeah, it is the Beidous actually. Understand why we can't. We're out fought. We're out challenged. We don't win our duels. We don't win our second balls, because that's been us all over to a T. That's exactly where I thought Amichi's mental decision was. Well, never mind. We are where we are. I think if he scores that first goal, the chest goes out, the collar goes up, he starts his swagger, and he probably has a great game. Because he fluffs his lines within 3 minutes of the game, I think, to quote Nicky, the fuckets have come. And for the rest of the game, he's like, oh, well. And he hooked at half-time, absolutely rightly so.
Yeah, a footy coach has said, don't disagree. Different sometimes is just these kids have come through the academy and bled green. Some players come in and don't really care to play for Argyle. It's always a difficult one, isn't it? At times. I mean, clearly the squad has turned themselves around. They're clearly a good unit together. You will always get some that don't settle properly, but I remember the pre-season interviews, and they were all pointing at Amici to be the top goal scorer.
Look at him at Torquay and look at him at Truro, and I thought we'd sign the next Messiah.
Yeah, Nicky's saying he overthinks the mistakes instead of moving past them. Yeah, absolutely. Right, what else have I got here slide-wise? I'm just checking before we go into it. So I'll tell you what, we'll go, how are we doing for time? 45 minutes in. So let's just have a quick digest of the lineups. And because of these injuries we got, obviously Pleggy was back on Tuesday for 5 or 10 minutes. Just not quite tall enough, or that maybe was a little bit too high, the cross, to head it in to get a late equaliser. But I know we're not short at the back, but it's still good to add pressure and challenge on those back four for places, isn't it? So, Gavin, take us through. We have got Kyle's, but take us through your lineup.
So, just in view of players breaking, I went back and reviewed how many minutes, this was this morning before I left for Southampton, how many minutes our illustrious skipper has played in the last X amount of games. Yeah. And it's far too many, right? He's going to break in a minute, and then we'll have another one down, and he's too influential on the pitch. So for this week, because we're playing a team in the bottom three, shoot me down, boys and girls, if you want to, not a problem. I have gone for a different back four, right? So for those who are listening and not watching, of which David Easton will probably be one for PRV, I have gone Hazard in goal. That's obviously speaks for itself. Harding at right back, Ross and Mitchell in the middle, and McKenzie at left back. I think he's done enough, hopefully now, to have enough minutes under his belt to start a game of football. Hook him at 55, 60 minutes, no problem at all. But I think this is a game to bring him into the side. The midfield was the challenging bit. I didn't think Sorinola justified a place on Saturday from his exactly, Nicky, from his performance on Tuesday night. So I've gone for a midfield of Watts on the right, Ibrahim, because there is nobody else in the middle, and he's not match fit yet by any stretch or match sharp. Boateng and Curtis on the left. And then up top, I have gone for Aseni and Peppel, as I've just been talking about it for the last 20 minutes. It would have been really remiss of me to then say, I've gone for someone else up top. So that's my team. Obviously, you have your skipper on the bench. If troubled waters, you bring him on and he organises and gets stuff sorted. But I just think if you remember when he got his bad injury last season under Rooney, they were whipping him left, right, and centre Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. He ended up breaking. It was, I think, did the hamstring like dislocate itself from the bone off memory? That sounds pleasant.
Stayed at home.
So I would be. Those who've eaten a lamb shank, you'll know exactly what that is. There's a thought for everybody having the tea. But I think you can't keep whipping a 35, nearly 36-year-old man to play 90 minutes every week. And this is the game. And by the way, to hang my hat, I would have Alex Mitchell as our captain with the armband.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'll bring Carl's up straight away because rather than sort of go with what I think or Andy thinks, let's just get Carl's up as well first. So Carl has gone Hazard in goal. Yes, he's left Edwards on at right back. He's then gone Ross Mitchell but brought Mackenzie in for Harding. He's then picked Finn, who clearly doesn't have a profile pick on lineup builder. So lineup builder, if you are checking in, as I know you do sometimes, get his picture up because hopefully you'll see more of it. He's picked Finn on the right-hand side, followed by Boateng. Wiradou isn't going to start. Carl probably in between shifts and trying to sleep through the night shifts. He probably hasn't seen that news. So obviously Wiradou won't really feature. Curtis on the left, and then Peppel and Watts he's gone for up front. If I switch back to Gavin's here, looking at that, I want to see what Harding is like on his more favoured right side. And Mackenzie, I think, does look strong. I'm debating with Sorinola purely on the fact that the league games, he's been far better and more impactful than he was, Sir Andrew T, in these cup games. And I just haven't seen Watts come alive since he's come back either recently. The rest of that, though, I can't really argue with.
Who would you play there then? Would you start Tegan Finn having had 25 minutes of first team football in the last 3 months?
Why not? But he's also done some of his youth games. The guys,
no, I'm not saying
correct. So for me,
so you wouldn't play Sarinola or Dale, who's worn the shirt in recent times.
Well, no, that's so my point. And my point is, debate I'm making is that I probably would choose Sorinola over Watts. I would like to see Finn in because I've just always been keen to see him play, as a lot of us have. He could probably do that, like Nicky said, and you alluded to, with Edwards on the bench as well. If suddenly those two come on in the second half, you could see some real appetite and interest going forward. I think we do need to go with experience from the off and just see how the game goes with Rotherham. Because, we are going to be knocked a little bit, but hopefully we do come back in with that fight and spirit. Andy, would you do something different there?
Yeah, I would. I'd take Watts out of the equation. I'd put Tegan Finn on the right or Owen Dale if he's fit. And pretty much keep it as it is then. But, I mean, Watts he's not bringing enough to the table for me at the minute.
No, it's any thoughts from you, Heather? As Andrew T, not Andrew T, Graham Byrne joins us just now. Says, "Hi all, is Talai injured? I've just come in. Yeah, 4 weeks. Graham, he's out for. Have you been asleep all day doing some night shifts like Carl? Heather, any thoughts for you on Saturday's game for the men?
Watts is not doing for me. Same as you guys. He's almost, because he's been out with the injury, he just almost looks inexperienced again. And I know it's all about giving game time, but he would be more of a bench starter than a game starter for me if we need him. Experience wise, you would go more with Sorinola, but at the same time, it's like the way Tegan Finn is going, I would start him, but I don't think he would do a whole game. I don't think he's got the fitness, which seems to be the only issue we've got with most of our team at the minute that is coming back and available. Is the ones that were fit are now injured, and the ones that are injured are now back in the game but not fit enough. So, but up top, I don't really know. But obviously, Peppel's going to be the obvious one. But don't know. Give Zach Baker a bit. Stick him a striker.
Ali Noble up front. That's what I say.
You say it again, Andy. Sorry.
Ali Noble up front.
Smash it.
I was about to correct. I was about to say something, and then Matt's beat me to the punch, saying I've contradicted myself from last week. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
intentionally. So Rotherham play 4-2-3-1, but from what I've seen of them, and there's only been on Sky a couple of games when they've been on a Thursday or a Thursday night mainly. They're not particularly fantastic out wide. So Watts would have struggled on Saturday, and he did against two of the best wingers in the league, in my opinion. They're nowhere near as effective there, Matt. But I do understand what you are saying, and so what's changed? There you go. What's changed is we're playing against Rotherham, so therefore I don't think we're going to be stretched out wide, and we're going to have a lot more of the ball than we would have done against Cardiff. Therefore, he'd be more impactful, both in and out of possession, having a roaming role. So you kind of in possession go 4-3-3. Ibrahim slides across, Boateng in the middle, Curtis out wide, and you play him as a sort of in behind the two, if you like. But having said all of that, Voodoo's comment around Sorinola in, we need to grind it out away from home. They're going to play bud and thud football. I think 4-2-3-1. I think they're going to play. It'll be very, very high impact game. I can't see it being a beautiful game on Saturday in any way, shape, or form. I really can't. We get an early goal, I think their heads will collapse. They'll start shouting for the manager out, and it'll be like home park in October. We'll all feel homesick watching it. But I understand what you're saying. I just think Watts has got enough defensive capability to play against Rotherham in that role, but not against Bolton, not against Cardiff, not against Lincoln, not against Bradford, blah, 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 if you get my point. So that's where I am with that, Matt, but very good to challenge me, and thank you very much.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, I think that's the whole point of this, isn't it? It'd be boring if we all just went, yeah, absolutely, Gav, we'll go with that. And I think for me, Harding, when he came on, when he switched sides, I'm trying to think what game it was in now off the top of my head, but when he switched sides and, when Edwards came off in the second half and he was more confident going forward, I think there's more I want to see of that, because it does help with these, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday games. And
Leighton Orient,
sorry?
It was Leighton Orient.
Thank you. So I want to just see how he links up, but I think he does need someone that's defensive minded in front of him. Clearly, Watts in front of him in the Cardiff game wasn't. So it's getting that that. I just want to see that. Mackenzie, I think, does look like he can come back well. And I think if we can stand there and just defend that line very well and boss the game a bit. I mean, they are on the run of 4 back-to-back league defeats. So they're not having the best. Their prior win to that, actually, worth noting, was a 4-0 away win at Exeter. But they then lost at home to Cardiff 3-0, away to Burton 1-0. It was home to Doncaster 2-1, and their last game, Bradford City, which was on Tuesday night. So it's not as if they've had an extra days of rest either. Terry Alford saying, I'm not feeling the same confidence as I did on Saturday. No, I get that, because that was a bit of a knock on everybody. Rambo's nose saying, I was hoping for a 12-point month. You may still get it. That looks a bit iffy now. Worried about our limited midfield options. Voodoo saying, Watts is a perpetual walking red card. There is that at times. Matt Montgomery said, thank you for clarifying, Gavin, your thoughts. That makes sense. Cheers, buddy. The footy coach come up with a brilliant one after Heather said put Zach Baker up front and said, there you go. He said he used to play centre mid for West Cornwall. So, if we're stretching it a bit, then there's an option for you.
It's game time. It saves him sitting on the bench.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, at least he got to sit on the bench.
He gets one appearance this season. There you go.
Yeah, and if Hazard had gone down for an injury, I wonder who he would have gone for off that bench to take us forward. Yeah. So how are we doing? Because I was thinking tonight we might just slip over the hour. So I tell you what we'll do. I'll get your scores first, and then we'll jump into the women's game and get the positive vibes going again. But Andy, just so you know, you have muted yourself. There you go. What's your score prediction for Saturday?
Right. So I'll go for a scrappy 1-0 win. There you go.
Yeah. Fair enough then, Gavin.
There's a Pepper will score as well.
Yeah.
I'm torn between 2-0 and 3-1. I'm going to go 2-0. And I'm going to go Ross and Boateng. There you go.
Yeah. I agree with Andrew in response to Graham. Jury's out on Ibrahim. There's a player in him. Andrew T responded with, he was very good before he got injured. Again, Watts was very good before he got injured. It's just they've got to get these minutes in.
Kenny was good before he got injured.
Yeah, correct. Thank you, Gav. I was good once before I got injured. It's the problem with 13 games left. We just need everybody to ideally be on their A game. Heather, what do you think the score will be on Saturday for the men?
To be honest, after Tuesday's game, I'm obviously less confident. I was going to go 1-1, but I kind of feel like we might do that 2-1. You know, if you stick Zach Baker up there, like he'll be the one that get it over the goal.
Love that.
There's your random.
Get yourself on Ladbrokes, because if that comes in, you won't have to work again.
Yeah. Don't. You've just insulted Mike Hawks. Just to disappoint you, Matt, if you didn't pick up on it earlier, and for those like Graham and Ben and that just dropped in, I won't be around to do the watch along on Saturday, sadly, because I will be up in London with the family watching The Lion King. So yes, I'll probably. I'm not even gonna do it. No, stop it, Andy. I will probably come out of it. And catch the second half, but I won't even probably get to listen to it or see it, so it'll be refreshing the scorecard. We also did allude to, or I did allude to earlier as well, that as a result of that, Gavin being tied up, Carl working the night shift, it's not worth trying to bring you a show on Saturday evening as a result of that. There's Michael Hawks. I knew it was coming. So what we will do is go live on Sunday, probably around 7 o'clock. So just so we avoid the Argyle Life boys respectfully. So, but we don't want to leave it any longer. So we will confirm that. But if you just pencil in the diary for around 7 o'clock, then we'll bring you that on Sunday. Let me just read out a few more score prediction comments as well. Oh, I'm going 2-0. I did say 0-0 initially in the WhatsApp group. Then I went, sod it, 2-0. And I think I went Pepple and Finn to score, because it should be a pissing winnable game. What have we got? Spicy Wedges says 3 Senny, 3-1 Argyle. Terry Alford's going for a defeat, 2-0. Duke of Devon, evening to you, 0-0. A tight game, says Nicholas G's, and a go 2-1 to the Greens. Voodoo says Talai was good before he got injured. Andrew T says I was good before I got old. Stevie Vaughan's going Rotherham 1, Argyle 5, Pebble 2, Curtis Boateng Harding. These are the sort of ones that if you could like bookmark a comment to read it back, you would. Let's see if that comes in. What else we got? Rambo's Nose going with 1-1. Matt Montgomery going 2-1 to Argyle. Let's see what comes of that. Right then, let's get on to another victory for the ladies.
Yes.
2-0. And I have got the goals, the highlights and the goals. Give us a bit of a summary of that game then, Heather, please.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a weird one. So obviously a lot of the women's games aren't being streamed at the minute. This is something we are working for next season. So we don't have the joys of like sticking on Argyle TV and watching it. So a lot of people were saying that AFC Wimbledon was streaming it. I looked high and low, could not find it. So I did unfortunately have to rely on the staff's little link, which then glitched in the second half. So I didn't actually see the full game. But from what I was watching, we did have quite a lot of chances, but at the same time, we couldn't really break down the Wimbledon defence. I think they started to, like, obviously it's a lot into the season now, so a lot of teams are starting to figure out how we play. Basically, if they keep us away from goal, they're doing a good job at that. But obviously, a lot of our goals do come from outside the box now. We do take that shot. And yeah, the girls just did it. It's like the midfielders stepped up and got those goals for us. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what, Heather, let's see those highlights. Let's roll them. It's not the best camera angle, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's the VEO, what I was watching at the time.
I'll just turn the sound down because it is a little bit harsh in places. There we go. Perfect placement to receive the header. Oh, just a bit stronger.
Pitch looks massive.
Yeah,
Does, doesn't it?
it's one of the other teams that actually play at the men's home ground, which is fantastic for us.
Plough Lane, yeah.
Just start I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but just start admiring some of these pass and movements that the ladies create, because there's some brilliant positioning going on.
They like to play wide and they like to do little set pieces into the box. It's just seeing where it comes off.
The goal, the build up to the goals are brilliant.
Yeah. Tomorrow's goal is exceptional.
Yeah.
Creating space, getting movement in the right positions. Look at that.
So that's Nellie's goal at 37
That's a Nelly
minutes.
Noble special, that.
Andrew saying, unfortunately, got the Luton score correct.
Yeah, we should
I'll have to
ban
do-
him live for that.
I'll have to do. I can program one in. I'll have to do a.
Oh, it's a banger.
Like tomorrow.
It's a banger.
Tomorrow.
For next season, I'll do a score prediction league. Someone.
Una Lewis smashing the keeper there. Good go.
To be fair, since we signed her, she's done fantastic for us.
She has really well, yeah. It's better than when we signed her from Cheltenham, wasn't it?
Yeah, but she's a free agent. That's their
Yeah.
stupidity for not signing her.
Correct.
Yeah.
Question. I've always wondered this. Why do the girls play in black shorts and the men in white?
So this is actually women aren't technically supposed to play in white shorts because obviously we have a menstrual cycle.
Just got it. Yeah, okay.
So obviously you don't want any staining on the shorts. So out of respect for the girls, they switch to black.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean,
the black shorts are really like Sunday Independent 1986 type vibes. But I didn't even think about that, I must admit. So yeah,
you can't buy them. So Scarlett does have a pair of white.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Sell the men's.
They're on there, the black shorts from the black kit.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks great. I think Argyle should play in black shorts again. That's why I asked the question.
It'll be so much easier for the kit person to deal with it. It's like we have a white kit at Tabby. I hate it when it comes into the laundry.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm just getting pelters now for asking questions about white shorts and black shorts. I'm not a woman. I don't have a menstrual cycle.
Are you sure?
Right?
Maybe in the weekend?
As much as sometimes people around me think I am a woman.
He has emotional cycles, don't you, Gavin?
I am. I'm a bearded lady, that's what I'm going to say. I do have emotional cycles. But no, that was tomorrow's goal there is a phenomenal strike. Well, they're both world class strikes.
Aren't they?
Yeah, it's just as well the positioning, the movement, driving it forward, and that it was great. It was great to see. So, hang on, where we go. I don't have any other videos today, but the next game up then, which is not for a couple of weeks, as you can see from that. Fire away, Heather.
So obviously we didn't have a game anyway scheduled this week, and ideally so, because 3 of our girls are called up for Wales. So whatever was played on Sunday would have been cancelled. But we are playing Lewis on the 8th of March. It was a bit debatable if this was going ahead, because obviously the girls do play on the Saturday beforehand. But obviously we do have like 17 other girls in the team, so we have enough to play basically. With Lewis, we played them in league games, we played them in cup games, and we have beaten them every time. So we're just, obviously, we know how they play. They kind of know how we play, and we got to play our game and actually just, again, pick up 3 points. A draw is not acceptable, and a loss is even worse.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Gavin, are you making that one?
Wednesday against Exeter.
I will be taking the Ghost to that one. They've already asked me if there's hospitality, and I said, Ghost, don't get used to it. It's not every game. They were like, Daddy, what have we got for dinner at the next Argyle game? I'm like, there is no dinner, darling.
Yeah,
they were like, why? It's like, oh no, I've created a monster now.
So the Exeter game was our little trial. Because we tried it last year and it wasn't as popular. But obviously Exeter went down a hit, and it's one of those, if more people want to see the hospitality, it's like, let us know and we'll actually feed it back to the club, which I actually have a meeting for next week, to be like, we want hospitality.
There's 130 sat down that night.
Yeah, very nice. Very, like, it was good atmosphere. Darren would have ate the pie 3 times over.
You fat. Anyway. Andrew T saying, didn't Bournemouth lose as well, Heather?
They
Yeah, they
did.
did.
That was the night that we played Exeter. So obviously we won 2-0. And Bournemouth lost 1-0 to Oxford, dare I say the name.
Are they going to be able to catch up with any of those games while we've got this sort of 2-week odd gap?
Yes, they are playing this weekend. I think 4 league fixtures are going ahead still this weekend. I think the only ones that aren't playing is us and Watford, if I stand correctly. Once I check. Upcoming fixtures. So yeah, this weekend is AFC Bournemouth, Wimbledon against Billericay, Exeter Oxford, Lewis #, and Real Bedford and Bournemouth this weekend.
Yeah, fair enough then. Just the footy coach, you did use our contact form, you said at the start on the website. Yeah, I've just discovered it doesn't work. So so that's why I wouldn't have got your email. I was like, I didn't get your email. I'm going to test this, and the form ain't working. So I'll have to fix that. But yeah, drop me a note on my personal one's probably easier, but all the Block 9 ones so we can get you on. We like to bring other topics where we can, and obviously, of course, we have now.
Sorry, question, Hev.
Hello.
We're going to be without Tiana Taser, Phoebe Poole, and Olivia Francis.
Technically, no/yes.
So they'll play the day before. They could be on the bench.
If what they did last time, so it was.
Tiana Taser came on extra, didn't she, and scored the winner?
Yeah, so she didn't start. She literally drove straight from Wales straight down to Exeter to play the game and got benched and played the second half.
Yeah.
It's one of those, if they probably get the full 90 minutes for Wales against Montenegro, highly likely they will start for us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If they are
basically 3 of our best attacking players.
Yes, Wales have nicked our best attacking players.
Wow.
Speaking of international duty, Peppel's even been rumoured to join up with the Canadian team, isn't he?
Are they desperate? Joking. He's come on a lot, to be honest.
Bye, Heather.
Yes, have a nice evening.
I know, obviously, because I don't know if a lot of people are aware. I was made aware earlier, is because we are doing the FA National League Cup on the 28th.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be playing Cheltenham on the 29th, which is a Sunday, and that's been rearranged for Mother's Day at home.
Oh. The day after Reading.
Yeah, so we've got a Lewis home, Cheltenham home.
Isn't there a Mother's Day lunch in Club Argyle as well? That's a great day.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Oh, I'm going to have to talk to Mummy about that. Say,
whilst I watch football.
I do not think for 1 minute Joe will appreciate me going, you want to celebrate Mother's Day?
You can have a succulent Chinese meal. No, for those who know what that is. You can have a succulent luncheon and then spill out from Club Argyle straight into the padded seats and watch Argyle beat. No? Okay.
Well, I will broach the subject.
Michael Hawke's comment saying, is it the rule about 3 players they get called off? And it's like, yes, but because they finish on the Saturday, it doesn't technically impede our Sunday game.
It's not in the window.
Yeah, it's not in the 10-day window.
Fair enough. Right,
I think best players in the team, apart from arguably 3 best players in the team, certainly attacking players, and they're not going to be available, or certainly not going to be able to start, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, thank you for that, Heather. I think we'll just get final thoughts and have an early one tonight. But just to remind you all, as I said not long ago, we won't be back Saturday. I won't be there for the watch along, sadly. I still, but I'm probably going to do this in the off season because I've got more than enough on my plate. But I have said before that obviously you all like chatting away when the games are kicking off. Maybe I'll try and work up some magic that you can do that even when we're at home, so you can all engage throughout the games going on. I will, though, because I'm not going Reading. I gave up my ticket to Jason, who does the banana bus for all the guys, because I just wasn't quite 100% sure. Gavin and I spoke about it, but just been so busy, I thought it's just easier for me to let someone else make use of it. So I shall do the watch along for that. I don't know, Gavin, did you sort yourself out in the end, or you're
I'm
not going?
going to. So I'm going to Reading. I'm going up on the Friday night, staying at the Voco, which used to be the Millennium Hotel inside the ground with a nice swimming pool and all the other bits. So I get a guaranteed car park space, and then I'm driving home Saturday night so I can surprise both my mother and my wife for a beautiful Mother's Day at Plymouth Argyle. I mean, sorry, a restaurant of their choice.
At Club Argyle.
And while I'm there, I'll pop to Poundland and get a couple of scours or something for their Mother's Day presents. Because, well, Matt Montgomery's just done me again. I remember from Sean's birthday in February, they said, "Where'd you get your presents?" And it was like, Poundland. They're at me again now. They
because he's not snobby enough to go to the range, just saying.
No, oh, God, no, that's far too much price range. I'll get them a couple of nice scours and maybe a tea towel at Poundland. They'll love that, both of them.
There you go. And get them the Scrub Daddy ones, yeah, just to rub it in even more.
Yeah. Just looked up the Mother's Day. It starts at 1:00, so it will clash with the game. So, whilst you're making your bouquets, your blooms and bouquets, it's like, I'm going to sit outside and watch the game.
Oh, yeah. So I know Carl was trying to go to the Reading game, but I'm not sure. I don't know if Andy, if you know if he did sort it out or not.
So I'm not sure, mate.
No, so there will probably be three of us at least for the post-match Saturday evening. I'll definitely do the watch along.
I won't be there on the Saturday night. That's sad news for all Block 9 podcast viewers. I will not be there for that night.
Oh, you're out as well. So it might be, dare we say it, a Mothering Sunday podcast again.
I'm watching
Let's just do that from Club Argyle.
I could be back just for 8:00 if traffic's because 3 hours really plenty, isn't it?
Fair enough. Depends on how much of my voice I've lost how good the game is. Hopefully it will be a good one.
8:30 should be fine from Reading, shouldn't it? If you're leaving at 10 past 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and Michael Hawks, we are definitely coming for you this time for payback. Anyway, let's get final thoughts. So, Andy, what are your final thoughts to wrap us up with tonight?
Oh, I just hope we can get back on track. We've got 3 relatively on paper easy games coming up, so just going to go for 9 points again, haven't we? 6 wins on the spin. That'd be really good. Take us into that playoff spot. Yeah, propel us forward to promotion. That's what we want to do.
Yeah. And I want to go Heather next. Sorry, Heather.
Men, they just need to actually buckle down and actually sort themselves out on the pitch. Tuesday was not good enough. We need the Cardiff team back, basically, minus obviously the injuries. Yeah, good slap around the head. They basically need it. Ed's smacking together, like, sort your shit out, boys. Girls' point of view, I hope the 3 girls that are playing on the 3rd and the 7th, they smash their Wales internationals, and Phoebe gets her debut for Wales. And then obviously you'll smash Lewis. I know a lot of people have asked about the National League Cup. I do have information about that as well if anyone needs information. And yeah, smack the heads of the boys, need the wins. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, fair enough. And we will look forward to getting those international updates from you on that applicable live lounge. Go on, Gavin, then, from yourself.
Back to basics, isn't it? That's what I'm going to say. Obviously, there's no women's team, so I'm not going to make any comment on that until they're playing again. But men's team, back to basics. Got to win our duels. Got to be more physical. Got to press harder. Got to harass a team with low confidence. And more importantly, when we get our chance in the first 3 minutes, we got to take that fucking thing. Hopefully Mr. Watts or Mr. Amici, if they do start, not in my team they don't, but if they do, they need to convert their early chance, because we got away with it because we were awesome against Cardiff. We didn't get away with it on Tuesday night. I was only acutely aware. So whatever the early chance is, whoever starts has got to take it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's, for me, it's just to remind everybody that we did come back from 2 back-to-back defeats after that great run to secure 3 back-to-back defeats, of which 2 of those were away. And as we know, one of them was against the league leaders at home, who were totally undone. So it's not all lost. Let's see how it goes. If it's bad on Saturday, we might just even scrap Sunday's show. But no, we won't do that. But yeah, so look, try try not to be too downbeat. Let's just get focused again. And then it's an opportunity for others to either step up who don't feel like we have done recently in the game, and others to take their opportunity like Finn did on Tuesday night. So there's that to consider. I also just want to say a massive thank you to those that do listen, post on their favorite podcast platforms, or even if you just watch it back on YouTube, it's much appreciated. The average numbers that are listening in on the Acast stats I get, which combines all the podcast channels, blows me away all the time I look at it. The numbers are impressive. So we really do appreciate everybody's support on however you listen, watching us live like you are now, or get to us via your other means. It is much appreciated. So like I said, remember, don't try and dial in and go, "Oh, you there, Mike?" at 3 o'clock on Saturday, because no, I won't be. I will be holding or watching someone lift that little lion cub, and we won't be there in the evening too. So 7 o'clock, most likely Sunday. We'll confirm it on our socials. What have you got here? Oh yeah, sorry. I was trying to look around. I don't even have that.
I had to.
I don't even have that burger thing anymore that I had here the other day.
The capybara.
What's Montgomery on about now? I haven't changed my mind again at all. I've got my
no. To be fair, Matt, I was going to drop it up and go, yeah, of course. You know, Watson and Michi don't feature in his lineup. So just moving on.
No, Watts does. Oh, sorry, did I say Watts isn't? Okay,
yeah, you did. Yeah,
Watts does. Michi doesn't.
Matt's like that.
Matthew, it's been a very, very long week. I've had 9 hours of driving today and 3.5 hours of meetings. So,
and it gets very
excuse me for my tardiness of memory.
Yeah, God, he has had a shift today.
Someone needs a snap.
Michael Hawke saying, great podcast, all fantastic as ever. Thanks, fellas, says Andy, Ruby, and me. Great pod. See you soon. George Hayes, easiest 3 points you'll ever get. Thank you for joining us, George. Clearly a Rotherham fan. Appreciate you dropping in.
That's what Luton said on Tuesday night. Come and take the trophy off us, go away. And we got hammered.
Yeah, Voodoo saying, sort your shit out, lads. Absolutely. Love Heather's team talk, simple but effective. Sort your shit out. Anyway, we'll leave it as that. Thank you, everybody, again for joining us. And until Sunday.